2023 production of Dark Play or Stories for Boys. Please note that there is a 16+ advisory for this play. There are accounts of profanity, sexual situations, violence, and smoking within this production. If there's a fire, there are fire exits at the front where you entered and in the back on the left-hand side. No photos, videos, eating, or drinking are permitted within the production space. For our future productions, Alpha Psi Omega, the Theater Honorary Society, is putting on All the Timing, a collection of 5 one-act comedies by David Ives on March 1st and 2nd. 2 players will be back with their spring production of Awesome 80s Prom by Ken Davenport on April 12th, 13th, 14th, and April 19th, 20th, and 21st in the Rissell Beagley Gymnasium. Thank you, and please enjoy the show.
I make shit up. I make shit up all the time. Partly because I like making shit up. Partly because I'm good at it. And partly because, well, I can. Which is not to say that I'm oblivious to the consequences. Christ, do I know there are consequences. You find yourself in sticky situations, painted into corners, and it takes the dexterity of a sharp-thinking comic book hero to unstick yourself, tiptoe across the wet paint, hoping you don't leave behind a trail of painted toe prints. Or if you do, that they're faint enough so that no one will notice. I'm thinking about this right now because, well, I find myself in one of those situations. A situation where I'll have to muster the deepest wells of my superhero dexterity to get out of. Or not. See, there's a girl lying next to me, in my bed, in the dark, here in my dorm room. She's naked. We've just had sex. I guess you could call her my girlfriend because, yes, she's naked, lying next to me, and we've just had sex. This is a new thing for me, this girl, so you'll understand my hesitation. First time doing the old in-out and out and stuff. Yeah, we've been through those cagey first conversations where you're talking over each other's sentences, but we haven't crossed that threshold where it's like, this one might be around for a spell. She shared such and such, I've shared such and such. We're not talking over each other's sentences anymore. All the stuff that adds up to intimacy. Nope. We're not there yet. Nope. We're still in the middle of our post-first-time humping awkward silence. And may I emphasize that this post-first-time awkward silence is incredibly meaningful. The entire future of the relationship hovers over this moment, like a promise, like a threat. We could start talking and find out that we do, in fact, have all the things we thought we would have in common.
My dad's total dick.
Yours too?
Oh, you don't know dating until you met my dad.
Or she could put out her cigarette, grab her panties off the floor, slip into her jeans and t-shirt and say,
yeah, that was nice. Give me a call sometime? I mean, I'm really busy the next month or so, yeah, see ya.
Or she could finish up her cigarette and go to sleep. But she doesn't do any of those things. No. What she does do, she extends her index finger, presses the tip of it against my Adam's apple, and drags it slowly down my neck, over my ribs, over my left nipple, and down, 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 toward the direction of my crotch. When at a loss for words, when I start bumping uglies again, right? So her finger makes its way down towards my pubis, all suggestive, when it comes to an abrupt stop. When the tip of her finger finds a speed bump, a pink strip of raised flesh, about a 1/4 inch thick, about 3 inches long. Yes, her finger stops at the sudden change of the geography of my skin. Tentatively, she traces a line across the length of it. Then, even more hesitant, her hands explore the rest of my abdomen. They find other speed bumps of differing sizes and angles. Some 3 inches, some 1 inch, some just thin wisps.
What are these?
And that's when time stops, and I feel the familiar sensation. That low-grade migraine, a hardening between my legs, sweat glands juicing up, When I'm like an atom moving through a particle accelerator, and the world around me slows like it's made out of peanut butter.
Nick, can you hear me? What are these?
Do I tell her the truth, or do I let my superhero dexterity get me out of this one? In other words, do I tell her the truth, or do I do what I do so well? Make shit up. The question, the choice. The question, the choice. The question, the choice.
What are these?
What are these?
Nick, can you hear me? What are these?
That low-grade migraine, sweat glands juicing up, a heart in between my legs,
Nick!
me speeding up,
Nick!
the air taking on the consistency of peanut butter.
Nick!
The question, the choice. The question, the choice. Launches me backward in time. When I was 14, a period of my life where I was living according to a theory I like to call the universal theory of the gullibility threshold, or the UTGT, or even better, GT for short. The theory organizes the chaos of 21st century life into a simple, manageable model. Everyone has a gullibility threshold. Everybody will come to realize that the wheelbarrow of caca they're being fed is in fact a wheelbarrow of caca. Nothing more, nothing less. The scale works. The theory works on a scale of 1 to 10. At the bottom of the scale you have the ones. They don't even bother taking a swallow of the caca. They know it's caca. They can smell it 100 miles away. Their healthy skepticism becomes a cancer. They end up paranoid, conspiracy nuts shut-ins, thinking everything is caca. The world is round.
Oh, no, it's not. You're fucking with me.
The sky is blue.
That's just an illusion, man.
Now, most people fall in between the scale, your 4s, 5s, and 6s. They'll give the wheelbarrow the benefit of the doubt, but they'll wise up eventually. But at the top of the scale, you have your 10s. Suckers who will gorge themselves on the caca. Repeat over and over. Yum, yum, tastes just like chicken. May I have seconds, may I have thirds. And when the wheelbarrow is empty, they'll eat their own caca, because they're addicted. The 10s are those girls who collect unicorns and draw rainbows all over their biology class notebooks. They end every day the same with their wallets empty because they believe every sob story they're told by every homeless person they meet on the street.
Hey, you got a 20? I'm not like this. I don't do this ever. It's just, my husband, he's staying over at the VA hospital in Sacramento because he just got back from Iraq and he's all messed up on the head. And he just spent his last disability check on crack, so I don't have enough money to get back on the bus to Bakersfield to pick up our kids, who are staying with their grandma and who's deaf and on dialysis and can't drive because the repo man got her car, and, her boyfriend is crazy and doesn't want the kids around the house anymore. So I gotta go get them and then go get my husband so we can find a place to live. If you give me your phone number, I can call you so I can pay you back. Can you help me out?
Yes, the 10s are rare, but they do exist. Adam fell into that category.
I'm not gullible.
Adam was a perfect 10.
I'm not gullible.
A perfect 10, or so it seemed, which is strange. How do you account for a perfectly average 16-year-old boy raised in Southern California having a GT of 10? You could write him off and say he was just stupid.
I'm not stupid.
But that would have been unscientific. To get to the bottom of the mystery of Adam's existence, you had to first start with the question, how did you get to be so gullible? Did no one ever kick the scoop off your ice cream cone for no reason? Was your backyard a garden of Eden under the ever-present California sun? Did your parents actually stay married? Did your mom jab her nickel in your mouth anytime you so much as whimpered? Did your parents decimate nature with an overabundance of nurture?
My parents? I don't know. They're alright, I guess. I mean, they're not, weird or anything. They kind of just keep to themselves. I don't hate them. They're kind of just there. Dad with his book, Mom with her puttering around, me in my room doing homework or surfing the net. It's like we each have our own little areas of the house. And the dining room is one place where we, eat. And I guess that's what we do when we're together. Eat. And then when we're done eating, we each go back to our own little areas of the house until it's time to go to bed. Every day it's pretty much the same.
So no, the Garden of Eden nipple on the man model couldn't explain that. And I started to think it was something more fundamental.
I'm not old. I'm not stupid.
Maybe, in the face of knowing that Mom, Dad, Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, the Great Pumpkin, and God are all dead, you still have to believe in something, don't you?
I don't know. I guess I believe in God. I mean, I don't go to church or anything. We used to, but then we moved to California, and we kind of just stopped. And it's like, yeah, there's probably something out there. But is it really some bearded guy with white hair in the sky? I have this cousin up in Oregon, and she's like one of those total religious freakoids. One day, we were on the beach, and out of the blue, she said,
What do you see, Adam?
Water?
Water, yes. But what else?
Waves.
Water, waves, yes. But what else?
The sky? Some clouds? Seagulls? Sand. A bunch of junk in the sand.
Yes, Adam, I see all those things too. But when you put them all together, the water, the waves, the sky, the junk on the beach, the little girl over there smiling at the waves with her mother, when you put them all together, do you know what else I see, Adam?
No?
I see God.
Oh.
You know, you could see him too, if only you would let him into your heart.
I was like, whatever.
So, Adam, like pretty much the rest of us, was a belief-starved kid hopscotching his way across the 500 channels of satellite TV and wandering the infinite portals of the World Wide Web, scavenging for that morsel of diversion that would sustain you until you found the next one. So they couldn't explain Adam's stratospheric GT. Otherwise, we'd all be fish hanging stupidly from hooks.
I'm not stupid.
But he wasn't totally belief-starved. I recognized this reading the first 6 words of Adam's online profile.
I want to fall in love.
I read that and I was like, whoa, who even uses that word? Adam was like the first person I ever met my age who used that word, love, without rolling his eyes or saying it like the punchline of a really stupid joke.
I want to fall in love with a girl. 15 to 18, who like her to have green eyes, dirty blonde hair. She should be like 5'4", 5'6" tops. Have a good body. No fat girls, please. No offense. She should be smart and likes to chill out on the beach. I'm 16, kind of tall. I used to play soccer, but I'm trying to expand my horizons. Email me at justwanttochillwithyou@aol.com.
And I read that and I was like, duh, who doesn't want a girl like that? I can imagine all the 15 to 18-year-old dirty blonde, green-eyed girls in the world reading that, breathing a sigh of relief, saying,
Oh, finally there's someone out there who wants me.
I want to fall in love. Huh. Could the fact that Adam believed such a thing existed explain why his GT was off the scale? I mean, Adam wasn't just that rare 10. He was like the amp and spinal tap. His GT went up to 11. Intrigued, I set out to find out.
Now when you do it, I need you to promise me that you will tell him you love him.
The question, the choice, the question, the choice, the question, the choice.
What are these?
What are these?
Nick, can you hear me? What are these?
Do I tell her the truth?
Nick!
Or do I make shit up?
Nick!
That low-grade migraine, sweat glands shooting up, a hardening between my legs,
Nick, you copy?
me speeding up,
What are these?
the air taking on the consistency of peanut butter.
Nick!
The question, the choice, the question, the choice. Launches me backward in time. 3.5 weeks before I read those 6. Magic. Totally baffling words.
I want to fall in love.
Back to a time where I took this theater rights elective because I thought it would be a total blow-off. Antidote to the accelerated English, history, science, and math classes I was taking. Teacher was this lady, Ms. Spiegel, who's in her 40s or 50s, and who is a total dyke.
The best theater is theater that challenges the audience, that provokes, that's dangerous.
That's what she used to say. She liked that word.
Dangerous. The best theater takes the audience on a journey into the darkest, most dangerous regions of the human soul. And the audience, after having faced that darkness, that danger, can recognize the darkness and danger lurking within their own souls and actively take steps to change it.
Which was all well and good, I guess, though I couldn't reconcile all of this
Darkness,
and
danger.
she was talking about with the fact that we spent the whole semester playing these stupid kids games. Tag, Duck Duck Goose. One day in class, after she practically broke down in tears, going on about how important it is to recognize the
Darkness,
and
danger.
lurking in our own souls, and that portraying that on the stage is one of nature's highest callings, I raised my hand.
Yes, Nick?
Miss Beagle, I think I get what you're trying to say with all this darkness and danger stuff, but what I'm having trouble with is what does any of that have to do with playing pussy once a corner? Now, there were all sorts of repressed giggles and a little bit of awe in my act. Most kids were used to not noticing me flying as far under the radar as I did in school. It took her a moment to gather herself and improvise a response to my question.
Well, games are the essence of theater. When you play a game, you allow yourself to let go. You allow yourself to believe. Playing a game is kind of like, well, acting in a play. Only instead of pretending you're a pussycat, you're pretending to be Hamlet. And instead of trying to get your corner in the circle, you are trying to decide whether or not to kill your stepfather.
Oh. And then she really got on the roll about how there are some games that are really dangerous for the players. That
when I was in grad school, like a million years ago, we had this one professor who did all sorts of quiet theater in New York back in the 60s. He made us play games that were really dangerous for the players. These kinds of games are called dark play. Does anyone know what dark play is? Anyone want to take a stab?
Silence.
Dark play is a kind of game where certain players know the rules and others don't. In other words, some of the players are completely aware that they are participating in a game, while the others are left completely in the dark. Has anyone engaged in this kind of play?
I raised my hand to take a stab, as it were.
Yes, Nick?
Is that like when you go online and go into a chat room and pretend you're someone else?
Maybe. Could you expand on that for me? I'm totally 19th century when it comes to these kinds of things. I still struggle to get my toaster to work.
Alright, so say you're some girl and say you're kind of ugly.
We should avoid making those kinds of judgments.
I'm just saying so I know I understand. Say you're some girl and you look a certain way so that no one wants to get with you. And you go online and you meet a guy and he says,
What do you look like?
you could tell him the truth.
I'm overweight. I have bad acne. I have facial hair, and I don't dress cool at all.
Which would get you nowhere. Or you could say,
I'm 5'7". I have dirty blonde hair, green eyes. I wear short mini skirts, and I'm totally hot.
which would get the guy interested, right?
Depends on the guy, but I think I see where you're going.
Anyway, so the guy's like,
You sound hot. I want to get to know you.
and for all you know, it could be some fat, piggly gay kid who's just bored and wants to see where the whole thing's gonna go. And then they end up sexting.
Pardon? Sexting? Could you define that for me, please?
That's when one of the jocks in the back of the class chimed in.
That's when you get all nasty with some chick online.
Oh. I didn't know that people did that.
Anyway, Miss Beagle, is that what you mean by this dark plan?
Maybe. I'll have to look into it and get back to you on that.
She never did get back to me, but I kind of figured I was right. And I sort of got the point she was trying to make about games, and how theater's like a game, only more
Dangerous.
But I had been to the school plays, and they were about as dangerous as pussy wants a corner. But that dark play thing, that was pretty cool. And if they did a play that was like the internet, with all of the dark play happening there, I'd check it out. But until they did that play, I'd get my dose of dark and dangerous play in the one place where a kid of my age and of my demeanor could escape the cruel and unusual punishments assigned you by your peers. The World Wide Web, where you could become anything. You could enact revenge on all the shits that made your world a miserable place to inhabit. At first it was mostly small potato stuff. You'd go online, pose as some girl, lure some dickhead soccer player into a private chat, and then you'd be all slutty, say shit like,
I want to suck it. Put your mammoth cock in my mouth.
and you'd get the guy to say all sorts of stupid shit like,
Lick it, bitch! Lick it like an ice cream cone!
and you knew as you were spitting out this fantasy that some schmuck in, I don't know, Yorba Linda, was upstairs in his room, pants rolled down to his ankles, one hand hunting and pecking on the computer keyboard, the other MIA deep in the jungle of his tidy whiteys. And just as he was about to get to the point of no return, you'd pull the Lucy Van Pelt to his Charlie Brown, pulling the football out from under him just as he was about to kick it.
Oh, my cock is so hard for you. I'm gonna blow.
And then there'd be this silence. Sometimes they'd split without typing in another word.
Sucker Dude 2891 has left the chat room.
Sometimes they'd get all threatening, say shit like,
Motherfucker! I'll find out where you live and cut your fucking faggot dick off!
well, that was fun for about 2.5 minutes. Once you exhausted all the possibilities, and there were quite a few, it was the same old, which got me thinking more about what Miss Spiegel said, about going deeper, darker, more
Dangerous.
digging into the murky recesses of human nature, seeing what people are really made of. That's when the fake ads started.
I am Kim. I am currently a foreign exchange student from Thailand, and I am 17 years old. My sister Kim is also exchange student. We both are in Catholic high school here in California, United States. We are both lonely, as we are only starting to learn English, and our hosts are not very fun. We are looking for a mature American man to show us the American way of life. He must have car and maybe friend who can join us on American adventure. My sister and me are looking for new experience. We want someone who, as you Americans say, will rock our world. Respond with a picture of yourself to ThaiBabesLonelyInUS@yahoo.com.
No, I posted that thinking no one is going to respond to this. But the next day, there were like 800 emails in my inbox. It was like all the creeps crawling out from their rock, found that one, wrote back, and sent pictures to prove their hideous existence. One picture really creeped me out. Some guy standing in front of a mirror, shirtless, Vienna sausage prick sticking out of his scummy boxers, fat belly drooping down, old lady tits, ratty goatee, shoulder-length greasy hair. He was holding a digital camera up and behind his head. The harsh light from the flash made his skin even pastier. And his eyes, I can't even begin to describe what his eyes look like. Creep me out. But at the same time, it triggered this feeling in me. But the fake ads too lost their charm for me. Once you put one up, the rest were the same. Same disgusting, depraved people sending in their disgusting, depraved responses with accompanying disgusting, depraved pictures. Confirmation that the world was populated by disgusting, depraved people, who for some reason thought that their fat beer guts and old lady tits would attract a pair of nubile, underage, sex-hungry Asian chicks. Now at that point I was ready to pack the whole thing in. That is, until I stumbled upon Adam's profile, and those 6 words.
I want to fall in love.
Those words were so naked. Love. What the fuck is that?
I want to fall in love with a girl, 15 to 18, who like her to have green eyes, dirty blonde hair. She should be like 5'4", 5'6" tops. Have a good body. No fat girls, please. No offense. She should be smart and likes to chill out on the beach. I'm 16, kind of tall. I used to play soccer, but trying to expand my horizons. Email me at justwanttochillwithyou@aol.com.
Now, I couldn't just write him up and say, hey, I'm Nick, I'm like 14 and I'm pretty confused about most things, so what's up with this love shit? I might get him on the smart part, but you would never confuse me with the cute, 5', 6" dirty blonde, green-eyed girl.
Who likes to chill?
No, nature did not endow me with such generous gifts. But nature, and all of its insurmountable obstacles, doesn't really exist anymore, does it? Not when you have 4 gigabytes of RAM, 3.4 gigahertz of microprocessing power, and a high-speed internet connection. No, armed with that, there is no natural boundary that once crossed over can't be crossed back again. So, in spite of the physical shortcomings nature cursed me with, in the nature-free world, I could become the girl of his dreams. I could invent Rachel. Now, the tricky thing about inventing Rachel was, unlike the horny Thai exchange students, Rachel had to be plausible. Which you know is a tall order if you ever had to invent a human being from scratch, especially one of the female species. First and foremost, she had to fit the criteria.
What do you look like?
What do you think I look like?
I don't know.
Well, I have green eyes.
Yeah?
I have dirty blonde hair.
Yeah?
I'm about 5'5".
Do you like to chill?
I love to chill.
Now, fitting the criteria was easy because, well, Adam pretty much sketched her out for me. It was a question of fleshing her out, so to speak. She needed to be pretty, but not so hot that she was out of his league.
Describe what you look like.
I guess. I mean, I'm not very good at talking about myself.
Try.
Well, okay. Some say I'm like a cross between Hillary Duff, but not so cutesy and annoying, and Avril Lavigne, but not so faux edgy, with a little bit of a Natalie Portman vibe.
Yeah, I can totally see that. Cool.
She also needed to be smart, but not so smart that Adam would look like an ox next to her.
Let's see. I got a B on my math midterm,
Uh-huh.
a B plus in English.
Huh.
I'm stuck somewhere between a B and an A in history.
Uh-huh.
I totally aced French last semester.
Ooh.
Chemistry? It totally sucks right now. My average is a C, but I think I can still pull off a B.
Cool.
I also wanted her to be quirky in the way that makes certain guys all smitten. But not so quirky he'd think she was a freak.
I used to play practical jokes on my ex-boyfriend. One time, when he was away on a band trip in Sacramento, I convinced his mom to let me and my friend Carrie into his room. We filled his room up, waist high, with foam packing peanuts. You should have seen the look on his face when he opened the door and there was a tidal wave of foam packing peanuts. He tried to get back at me with a practical joke of his own, but I broke up with him because he didn't have a good sense of humor.
Rachel also had to suggest to Adam the possibility of sex without coming across as a total hoe.
I read that on average it lasts 11 minutes worldwide.
Oh, shit.
Imagine 11 minutes. You might as well spend those 11 minutes writing the word alone over and over again on the wall. But to answer your question, no, I don't have a boyfriend. I mean, I'd like one. I'm not into the whole hooking up thing. I mean, I'm not against hooking up in principle. It's just that there has to be something, you know?
In other words, for Rachel to be plausible, she had to be kind of average. That first chat online went surprisingly easily. I quickly found out that with each exchange, Adam was inventing Rachel as much as I was. She could say something totally generic, like,
When is Ben Affleck not totally lame?
which would lead him to construct a whole matrix of assumptions about her. And when she thought about things like Iraq, religion, the last election, which I guess is what people do, right? You never really know anything about anyone, just surfaces. So you have to make shit up about what's going on underneath. The first chat between Rachel and Adam online, time disappeared. We'd started chatting around 7 at night. It felt like maybe a half hour had gone by. But when I checked the clock, it read 6:45 a.m. 11 hours and 45 minutes non-stop. Kind of freaked me out. But at the same time, it excited me that I was able to sustain Rachel for so long. But I remembered I had a math quiz that morning, so Rachel wrote,
I don't want to get off, but I have a chemistry quiz tomorrow. Well, today. Gotta catch a few Z's if I want to get that C to a B.
Yeah, that's cool.
I wonder, do I leave it at that, or do I leave the carrot dangling?
Will you be online tomorrow night?
Yeah, probably.
We shall meet again.
And with that,
Rachel is Roses has left the chat room.
We shall meet again.
and meet again they did. They exchanged jokes.
So, these horny gay pirates get shipwrecked on an island. And it turns out that island is home to a Catholic convent.
They exchanged intimacies.
You ever feel like you're the loneliest person on earth?
They exchanged pictures.
Did you get that picture I emailed you?
Yup.
And?
You are totally cute.
Thanks. Though, Adam, cute isn't exactly a compliment for a girl. I mean, koalas are cute.
Sorry. I mean, what do you want me to say?
A girl shouldn't have to tell a guy what she wants to hear.
What? So it has to be like psychic?
No, not psychic. Just
Imaginative.
imaginative.
Okay. How about this? You are perfect.
Thanks. Though, Adam, I'm not perfect.
You are.
I'm just
Yes, they laid down the groundwork that would prove if their virtual world connection could survive the chaotic muck of the real world.
I want to meet you.
And if it did survive, then they could, you know, exchange bodily fluids.
I want to meet you.
I want to meet you too.
What's the problem then?
I can't explain that right now.
Now the weird thing, in spite of the impossibility of a real world face-to-face between Rachel and Adam, there's something in me that craved it as much as he did. But I sensed that Adam was on the verge of reaching his gullibility threshold.
Sometimes I get the feeling that...
That what?
Never mind.
If we're ever gonna have a relationship, Adam, we need to be open with one another. I've been open with you.
Yeah, until it's time to be like, hey, why don't we meet?
I can't begin to tell you how much I want that.
Then what's the problem?
It's complicated.
There you go again with all your mystery.
Be patient. Please. Pretty please. For my sake.
It's just that I've never met anyone like you.
I feel exactly the same.
And I've never felt...
Felt what, sweetie?
You're gonna think it's queer of me to say, but I've never felt like this before about anyone.
Oh, Adam, I don't think that's queer. I think that is the nicest thing that anyone has ever said to me.
Rachel, I think I love you.
You don't know what that means to me.
Why can't we meet? It's like you're too good to be true.
Oh, Adam, I'm not good. I'm bad. Sometimes I think I'm the most awful person on the planet.
Why?
I can't explain that to you right now, but someday, I hope I can. In face to face. Not like this. Someday, I hope I can kiss your beautiful mouth, and cradle your beautiful head on your breast, and stroke your hair, and kiss your ears.
I don't believe you.
But some things have to be like this. Let me love you the only way I can love you. Will you let me do that?
Maybe.
Turn on your webcam.
I don't know if I want to.
Please? I want to love you. I want to love you the only way I can love you. Turn on your webcam.
I'll turn it on.
And there he was, on screen, grainy, choppy, standing up from his chair, undoing the button and zipper of his jeans. I urged him on.
It feels like you're here in the room with me. You're so beautiful. Show it to me. Show it to me and show me how much you love me. Show me. Show me. Show me.
Now, when you do it, I need you to promise me you will tell him you love him.
The question, the choice. The question, the choice. The question, the choice.
What are these?
What are these?
Nick, can you hear me? What are these?
Do I tell her the truth?
Nick!
Or do I make shit up?
Nick!
That low-grade migraine, sweat glands juicing up, a hardening between my legs,
Nick, you copy?
me speeding up,
What are these?
the air taking on the consistency of peanut butter.
Nick!
The question, the choice. The question, the choice. Those nightly sessions were, whoa. Rachel asked Adam to do things, and he actually did them, and I couldn't believe it. Aside from the excitement of watching Adam, those nightly sessions served their purpose. To keep Adam hooked. To keep him from demanding the face-to-face that he wanted. But it started to feel like a nightly tap dance to square push. Just couldn't keep up. So drastic measures were in order. I had to insert myself as a character in the saga of Rachel and Adam.
Nick Will Rock You has entered the chat room.
Now, of course, I couldn't go online and seek him out. No, Adam had to find me. Now, how I did this, I gotta say, this was clever.
No, I'm an only child. What about you?
I have a brother, Nick.
Older or younger?
Younger. He's 14.
Is he cool?
I mean, I guess. He's my little brother, so how cool can he be? I mean, he's a total dweeb. Keeps himself a lot at school. But he's like the biggest brain I've ever met. And he can be pretty funny. Sometimes, too.
Cool.
Like, his screen name, you have to swear to me that if you ever meet him, you won't tell him I told you this. His screen name is Nick Will Rock You. If you ever met the kid, the last thing you would ever imagine him doing would be rocking you.
You should get him to change it to Dweeb Will Rock You. LOL.
That is my little brother you were talking about.
Sorry.
And this is gonna
has entered the chat room.
I wish I could have seen the reaction on Adam's face when that name popped up on his screen.
Nick will rock you.
I was pretty sure he'd interpret my arrival as some sort of divine synchronicity. That's what people do when they think they're in love, don't they? There are a few other people in addition to Adam in the chat room, but I stayed clear of it. But I made sure to provoke everyone else in the room. On the one hand, to make sure that my screen name was visible at all times. And on the other, to piss everyone off enough with tirades of bullshit that I'd clear the room.
That's so fucked up. I hop behind the land securities, monitoring this, so they send your ass to Guantanamo.
Have you actually read the 9/11 report, dickhead? Probably not, because seeing how badly you spell, you're probably an illiterate fuck.
Oh, motherfucker.
Well, if you read it, and I have cover to cover, you know there are holes in it you can fly 2767 through.
Bullshit.
I'm telling you, man, the U.S. government orchestrated the whole thing.
Bullshit.
It's all over the web. You just gotta know where to look to get the facts.
You are...
And fuck it. Those guys who hijacked the planes are totally right.
You are a fucking dick. Don't tread on me. 76 has left the chat room.
It didn't take long to clear the room out. Adam stuck through the bullshit because he recognized my screen name.
Nick will rock you. Hey,
Hey?
all that stuff you were saying, did you mean it?
Of course not.
And why'd you say it?
I like seeing how far you can push people's reactions.
That's weird.
And then there was a silence. Adam made the first move. It was kind of funny and kind of sad at the same time watching him try to play me.
Yeah, I'm just hanging, waiting for this girl.
After a while of getting nowhere, I decided to throw him a bone.
Whoa, that's crazy. See, because this girl I'm waiting for, she lives in that neighborhood too.
What's this girl's name?
Rachel.
Rachel. Not Rachel Sutcliffe by any chance.
No way! Dude, you know her?
Know her? Dude, she's my sister.
No fucking way!
Once that was out in the open, the questions just poured in.
Is she as cool in person as she is online?
She's awesome.
Is she as hot as she is in her picture?
Dude, you're asking me, her brother, if I think my sister is hot. That's gross, man.
You know what I mean.
Let me put it like this. If she wasn't my sister, I'd totally want to do her.
That's sick, dude.
Then came the plea for help.
She says she can't meet me because, well, she says...
It's complicated.
Well, man, I'm sorry to say, it is.
Why?
I can't explain that to you right now.
That's what she always says.
But hey, even with all the complications, I think I might still be able to help you out.
Really?
Sure thing, dude. As they say, your wish is my command.
Now when you do it, I need you to promise me that you will tell him you love him.
The question, the choice. The question, the choice. The question, the choice.
What are these?
What are these?
Nick, can you hear me? What are these?
Do I tell her the truth?
Nick!
Or do I make shit up?
Nick!
That low-grade migraine, sweat glands shooting up, a hardening between my legs,
Earth's Nick, you copy?
me speeding up,
What are these?
the air taking on the consistency of peanut butter.
Nick!
The question, the choice. The question, the choice. Adam became as addicted to me as he was to Rachel. I became his corrupt psychiatrist. Instead of curing him of his fixation, I deepened it until I could make my next move.
Friday. And Rachel will be there?
Promise you. Thing is, though, it has to be a surprise. She finds out I invited you, she'll go ballistic.
Why?
Rachel has her reasons, which, my friend, are at times a complete mystery to me.
I'll think about it.
Now, I didn't think about what I'd do if I did manage to lure Adam to my house for a sleepover. I just figured I'd play it by ear. See, that's what separates the pros from the amateurs in this kind of game. Amateurs leave no room for uncertainty or improvisation. They try to lock in their strategy before they even begin to play the game, not taking into account the infinite contingencies that might come into play, wishfully thinking that the course of the future is something within their control. But the pro, on the other hand, knows that locking in your strategy too early is a recipe for disaster. See, if once you lock in your strategy, you cut off your ability to re-strategize mid-game. Staying in the moment, taking the wild left turn, keeping your mark off balance. And yes, this method of playing is riskier. Chances of making a mistake are exponentially greater. But then again, that's why I'm a pro, and everyone else are amateurs. Now, when he came over that Friday night, after he met my mom, and that was really fucking awkward, I took him downstairs to my bed.
So, where's Rachel, man?
I made my face go all grave. Serious, I said. My stepfather has it.
What do you mean he has her?
Long story.
Is she coming back?
It's hard to say when my stepfather has her.
Look, maybe I should go.
No, don't go. I mean, you can go if you want to, but like, my mom will ask all sorts of questions, and who knows, maybe if you wait around long enough, Rachel will get back. And then there was this silence, and I didn't know what to do. I got him here, to my house, in my room, which is what I wanted, I guess. But I just stood there like a fucking moron. If I had a gun in that moment, I would have stuck the barrel in my mouth and pulled the trigger. But Adam saved me.
Your mom's pretty cool.
No, she's not.
I think she's pretty cool.
It's because she was hitting on you.
She was not.
Dude, you don't know my mom. You being here is like the first time in a long time she's been that close
What
with
about
me.
your stepdad?
My stepdad has plenty of other places to dump as you know what.
And she was hitting on me?
What, are you blind or something?
Your mom's kind of hot.
Dude, that's my mom you're talking about.
Sorry, I was just kidding. So, where's Rachel's room?
Upstairs, second floor.
Can we, like, you know?
You want to go check out my sister's room?
Well, yeah.
What are you, some kind of stalker?
No, I just thought,
What do you think she'd do if she found out?
forget it, man.
Hey sis, you know that guy you've been mooning about?
Forget it, Nick.
Well, he came over and you know what he wanted to do?
Nick!
He wanted me to sneak him upstairs into your room.
Shut up!
So I could sniff around your panty drawer. Hey, don't push.
Just shut the fuck up, alright? Look, I'm getting out of here. This blows.
No, don't go. I mean, you can go if you want to, but like, I have something I want to show you.
What?
I took him to a filing cabinet and keep in the basement storage area.
This better be good.
I pulled out a thin folder from the bottom drawer. I sat next to Adam and looked him sharp in the eye and said, "What's my name?"
Nick?
"What's my full name?"
This is stupid.
"Come on, what's my full name?"
Your full name is Nick Sutcliffe.
"Right, Nick Sutcliffe." "And what does it say at the top?"
Birth certificate.
"What does it say here?"
Nick. Wait a minute.
Creepy, isn't it?
That's not your last name.
That is my last name, except nobody but me and my mom, and now you, knows it.
How do you know it's not someone else's?
How old am I now?
14.
And what does it say here?
Date of birth.
November 12th, 2003. My birthday, Adam.
Oh. Wait. Isn't that today?
Yep.
Oh.
It's my birthday today.
Oh.
I was 14 yesterday, but I'm 15 today.
Oh. Well, happy, birthday, dude.
Thanks.
Wait, did you ever ask your mom about this?
No fucking way.
But don't you want to know?
Of course I want to know. There's not a night that goes by where I don't toss and turn in my bed thinking, who's my real dad? See, before I found this, my mom, that psycho upstairs, had led me to believe that her first husband was my real dad. And when he shot himself,
He shot himself?
disappeared one night. Cops found him the next morning in the parking lot of a Joel Osco, sucking on the wrong end of a rifle barrel.
Holy shit. Wait, what's a Jewel Osco?
A supermarket chain back in Chicago. They don't have them here.
Nick, that's... Whoa.
It wasn't until I found this, I realized my whole fucking life is a lie. That dead guy in the parking lot, he wasn't my dad. He was just some dead guy.
Dude, how are you? Man, I take this, I go straight to my mom, shove it in her face and be like, what the fuck?
Oh, I've been tempted, but I'm saving it in case I ever need to go nuclear on it.
Whoa.
A beautiful silence hung in the room. A silence filled with awe, with mystery. Adam looked beautiful.
What about Rachel? Who's her dad?
And there she was. Rachel? Who is Rachel's dad? That asshole was so obsessed with that little bitch that he couldn't recognize me in that moment. Rachel was more real to him than me, the person who invented Rachel, for Christ's sake. I wish I could describe the rage I felt in me inside me. In that moment, I wanted to rip his heart out, shove it down his throat. I wanted to laugh in his face and say, "You fucking fool! You fucking twit! There is no Rachel, you piece of shit! I am Rachel! You're sitting right next to her! Are you gonna fall in love with me now? Are you dying to meet me now? Are you dying to stick your cock in me now? You jerk off for her every night, will you jerk off for me now? Huh? Huh? I could so destroy you! But I take pride in my self-control.
What about Rachel? Who's her dad?
Knowing my mom, your guess is as good as mine. Here's an idea. Next time you talk to Rachel, why don't you ask her?
Why are you asking me about my stepdad?
Just curious.
I don't want to talk about him.
Why not?
Certain subjects are off limits.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
I don't want to talk anymore. I want to watch.
I'll turn my webcam on.
After resisting the temptation to tear Adam's throat out, I poured drinks.
What's that?
Absolutely aired. Here.
Won't your mom notice it's missing?
My mom buys like 3 cases of this stuff a week. There's never any orange juice in this house, so she gets all of her vitamin C and take with this. She's usually too fucked up to notice if anything's missing. To Mom. Cheers.
Holy shit.
What?
You downed that.
The longer you nurse it, the longer it takes you to get where you want to go. Your turn.
I don't know.
Come on. Adam. 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 Yeah. Gross, isn't it? I don't know how my mom drinks this stuff like water. Here, have another.
Nah, man, I'm good with one. Thanks.
Don't be such a pussy.
Fine.
Drink it.
Okay. Fuck! So, what do you want to do?
You.
Come on, seriously.
I am serious. I want to do you. Like how you want to do Rachel.
That's gross, dude.
It is gross. Disgusting. Filthy. Makes me want to vomit. Here.
I don't know if I want any.
Guess I'll have more for myself.
Fine, pour me another.
So, what is new on the Rachel Cocktease front? Where are you going?
Look, I'm getting out of here. You're being a total dick.
Don't go. Please.
Don't call her a cocktease.
I'm sorry.
You said you were gonna help me.
I know. I'm sorry. Another shot?
Fine. Do you think she likes me?
Does Michael Jackson like doing it to little boys?
Whatever. Seriously.
Yes, she likes you. She left the chemistry notebook open on the kitchen table. Front cover and back was covered with little hearts and your name.
Rachel and Adam forever.
Do you really like her?
Dude, I've never felt this way.
You're totally whipped.
She's just so cool. Like the picture, but not in that way. The way you'd be like,
Dude, she's way out of your league.
you know what I mean?
She likes you.
I've imagined it. Meeting her.
What do you imagine?
It's stupid.
No.
We're like on the beach, chilling, and it's like 6 o'clock, so the light's all orange, and we're just walking.
What you wearing?
Like a skirt, tank top, sandals so you can see your toes, and her toenail polish is all chipped. And we're just walking side by side, and she's laughing. And there's like water and waves and little kids playing on the beach. And we're like in our own little world.
I'm gonna have another. Okay, you're walking on the beach.
Yeah, just walking. And then the sun starts to set, so we sit, looking out the ocean. Man, this shit's getting to my head. I need to lie down.
Yeah, me too. Ocean, sky, seagull.
Yeah. So we're just sitting there, quiet, you know, like we're wrapped up in some feeling. When, without either of us knowing who makes the first move, we start holding hands.
Like this?
Yeah,
What does it feel like?
like a surge of good.
I'd like to feel that.
And then she touches my face, and I touch hers, and her hair. And we're looking into each other's eyes, those green eyes.
Yeah.
And like, when we first started holding hands, without either of us knowing who makes the first move, we kiss.
Like this?
I'm totally wasted.
Me too. Don't stop.
Now when you do it, I need you to promise me that you will tell them you love them.
The question, the choice. The question, the choice. The question, the choice.
What are these?
What are these?
Nick, can you hear me? What are these?
Do I tell her the truth?
Nick!
Or do I make shit up?
Nick!
That low-grade migraine, sweat glands juicing up, a heart in between my legs,
Nick, you copy?
me speeding up,
What are these?
the air taking on the consistency of peanut butter.
Nick!
The question, the choice. The question, the choice. I mentioned before, what separates the pros from the amateurs in this game is the capacity to improvise mid-game. Now, I'd totally be lying to you if I said I planned on what happened that night. I guess I wanted it to happen, but wanting something to happen and nothing actually happening? I remember feeling on one hand like, well, how God must feel. But at the same time, having Adam in my mouth and hearing him say,
Rachel! Oh fuck! Rachel!
well, you can imagine how that felt. Wish there were a barrel of a gun instead of Adam melts inside my mouth. When we were done, Adam puked. We passed out. The next morning, when I woke up, he was already gone.
Nikki, Mom?
What?
Could you come to my room, Seth?
What?
You slept late.
I got stuff to do tomorrow.
You look...
Who's the lucky guy tonight?
Nick!
Stop what I show you were wearing.
Nick!
You might just convince him you're still 25.
Ha ha! Sit down.
Can't this wait?
It'll only take a minute.
Fine.
I liked your friend. Aaron, was it?
Adam. You liked him, but you can't even remember his name.
I'm sorry, Nikki. When did you two meet?
Around.
Just around?
What about around? Don't you understand?
Well, could you be more specific?
What's with the interrogation?
I'm not
I mean, what's next? You're gonna put a bag over my head, attach electrodes to my nipples, take some souvenir photographs?
Nick.
I mean, I met him around. Why is that so difficult to understand? You meet all sorts of people in all sorts of places, so how am I supposed to remember shit like that?
Language, Nikki.
Stuff like that, Mom.
Well, it's not exactly as if you have parades of friends walking through these doors.
Whatever.
Adam's the first friend you've brought to this house since we moved here. I don't think it's unreasonable for me to ask where you two met.
Yeah, and I answered your question. Around. Okay? Now can I go?
What's happening to you?
Jesus.
You used to talk to me. You used to not be like this. Go ahead, Nick. Leave. But before you leave, let me make one thing clear. Until you are willing to tell me where you met that boy.
Oh, he's that boy now. I see how it is.
Until you are willing to tell me where you met that boy, he's not allowed to come back to this house
But I
under
thought you
any
liked him.
circumstance. Until you are willing to tell me where you met that boy, you are not allowed to see him under any circumstance. Have I made myself clear?
Clear as what, Mom?
Who are you?
And you don't have to worry about him coming over anymore. Not after the way you acted.
Excuse me?
I know you're a lonely old hag, but did you really have to hit on him?
What did you say?
I know you like him young, but that was a little ridiculous.
Oh God. Oh, sweetie. I didn't mean that.
You hit me.
Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry. Sweetie, I'm so sorry.
Why did you hit me?
It's okay. You're okay. We're okay. You used to be like a little cat. You'd follow me from one room to the next. You were so quiet, content to be just fine. So you were my kitty. But as you got older, you hated me calling you that. So then you were my Nikki. Please don't stop being my Nikki. You'll always be my Nikki.
The question, the choice. The question, the choice. The question, the choice.
What are these?
What are these?
Nick, can you hear me? What are these?
Do I tell her the truth?
Nick!
Or do I make shit up?
Nick!
That low-grade migraine, sweat glands juicing up, a heart in between my legs.
What are these?
Me speeding up.
Nick, can you hear me? What are these?
The air taking on the consistency of peanut butter.
Nick!
The question, the choice. The question, the choice. Adam cut me off. I'd come to the chat room, be like, hey, what's up?
Just want to chill with you has left the chat room.
I'd instant message him.
Just want to chill with you is now offline.
I sent him emails.
Message to just want to chill with you at AOL.com has been returned to sender.
The silence felt like 50 kicks to the stomach. I would have walked onto the 101 in the direction of oncoming traffic. And I'm not kidding when I say I seriously considered this option, were it not for Rachel. She was still alive for Adam, though. Barely. He started getting harsh with her. Mean. One day he told her,
I think you're a fucking cock tease.
wasn't the same Adam that wrote in his profile way back when.
I want to fall in love.
Love was no longer a part of his vocabulary.
But I love you. How could you say such a thing?
Love.
He had gone from saying the word and meaning it to saying it like the punchline of a mean joke.
Love.
How could you be so cruel?
Me? Cruel? What about you?
I can't meet you. It's complicated.
I'm such a fucking idiot. I never want to talk to you again.
Please don't say that, Adam. I love you.
Prove it.
I will.
How?
Turn on your webcam.
Fuck no.
Please, I'll show you how much I love you.
You turn on your webcam.
Even though my stepfather won't let me have one.
I believe that. Whatever.
Please, I'll do anything.
Anything?
Yes, anything.
I want to meet you. Are you there?
Okay. Fine. I'll meet you.
You will?
Yes. Friday, 4:30. By the carousel on the pier.
Friday. Are you sure?
I've never been more sure about anything in my life. Now will you do something for me? I want to watch.
I'll turn my webcam on.
No, of course, this was a date that Rachel couldn't keep. Could you imagine me waiting by the carousel on the pier, squeezing into a miniskirt and tank top?
Hi, Adam, it's me, Rachel.
I've got the shit kicked out of me before. It's no fun. I don't like pain. Though, I will admit, and it's totally fucked, I know. There was a certain amount of pleasure in imagining Adam inflicted. Better than complete silence from him, right? I guess that's what you call being lovesick. And it was in this state of utter uselessness that it became clear. If I needed to keep Adam, I had to do the unthinkable.
Kitch 911 has entered the chat room.
Just want to chill with you. You are Adam, right?
Yeah?
Nice to meet you, Adam.
Who are you?
Adam Moody, right?
Who the fuck are you?
I watch your language if I were you, Adam. We don't like it when people use the F word to me.
Yeah, right.
There was one kid, God bless him, who said that word to me one too many times. You know what happened to him?
What?
Cops found him one night, hanging from a tree. You want to know how he was hanging from that tree?
A rope?
Railroad spikes. That's right. Some sick fuck crucified him with railroad spikes. Sick, don't you think?
Yeah.
Even sicker, he was missing parts.
Like, what parts?
Use your imagination. Can you use your imagination, or do I have to help you? Adam Moody of 1211 Camino del Sur.
Who are you?
I think a better question is, who the fuck are you? We got a little problem here, Adam. It seems you've been wanting to stick your toothpick dick in places where your toothpick dick don't belong.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about! That's funny, Adam Moody of 1211 Camino del Sur. I'll put it to you even simpler. Stay the fuck away from Rachel!
You know Rachel?
Yeah, I know Rachel. And I know what you're trying to do to her, too.
I'm not doing anything.
I'm not doing anything. Oh, you spineless piece of shit. You know what I have in mind to do? I have a mind to send someone over there right now to slowly cut your balls off in front of that webcam. I'd love to watch that. I'll sit here fucking drinking my bottle of you. Watch you scream like a little bitch. Please don't cut my balls off. Scared now? Consider this conversation a warning. Stay the fuck away from my stepdaughter.
She's your stepdaughter?
Really scared now, aren't you? Now say it slower this time. Nice and clear so you get the message. Stay the fuck away from my stepdaughter! Cause man-to-man Adam Moody of 1211 Camino del Sur, only one of us can have her. And that one of us is not you! You dig?
Capiche 911 has left the chat room. He did what?
Said he was going to crucify you to a tree using railroad spikes!
He's such a bastard.
He said something.
What did he say?
He said,
Only one of us can have her. And that one of us is not you!
I'm so ashamed. This is awful.
what did he mean by that?
I'll tell you everything when I see you Friday.
I don't think Friday's such a good idea anymore.
Fuck him. I'm meeting you. I'm tired of being his slave. He can go fuck himself.
Rachel, be careful.
I'm tired of being careful. I'll see you Friday, where I said we'd meet.
Now when you do it, I need you to promise me that you will tell him you love him.
Question, the choice. The question, the choice. The question, the choice.
What are these?
What are these?
Nick, can you hear me? What are these?
Do I tell her the truth?
Nick!
Or do I make shit up?
Nick!
That low-grade migraine, sweat glands juicing up, a heartache between my legs,
Nick, you copy?
me speeding up,
What are these?
the air taking the consistency of peanut butter.
Nick!
The question, the choice. The question, the choice. When I arrived on the pier that day, I waited out a second from the carousel so Adam couldn't see me. When he showed up, he was, well, he had dressed for the occasion. He had a bouquet of roses in his hands. I watched him for a while. Everything moved so slow, except for him, except for me. We moved like we lived in a world made out of peanut butter.
What the fuck are you doing here?
Adam, please hear me out.
You sick little faggot, I should kick your ass!
Adam, I never would have come here if it wasn't important.
2 seconds.
Rachel's missing.
Bullshit!
Our stepfather, he took her.
What do you mean he took her?
He found out that you two had plans to meet. He went ballistic. Beat the shit out of my mom, smashed up Rachel's room, her computer. She ran into my room, scared, crying. Adam, she was crying. She told me that you two had a date to meet. She begged me to come and tell you what happened. Then, he came in the room, pulled her out by her hair and dragged her out of the house.
I don't believe you.
Look, does this look like I'm lying?
Holy shit. What the fuck is that?
He put a cigar out on my shoulder.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, fuck you.
Hey man, don't cry.
I'm just so scared, Adam. I don't know where he took her.
Come on. I'll take you over to your house.
No, I can't go there. I'll sleep on the beach, anything but there.
Come on. Let's go to my house.
As we left the pier, Adam took the flowers he got for Rachel and dumped them in a trash can. Adam didn't have any actually made her into his house. We didn't need any. I cried the whole time. I was so raw. But this time, when I had Adam inside my mouth, he didn't say,
Rachel. Fuck, Rachel.
he said my name. When we were done, I passed out on his bed. I don't know what time it was when the words coming from his computer
You've got mail.
woke me up. I stared at him, eyes half open. The light from his computer monitor outlining the muscles of his arms. His shoulders started to shake. His breathing, like he was hyperventilating.
You sick little fuck. I told you to stay away from her! But since you didn't listen, Adam Moody of 1211 Camino del Sur, take a good, long, hard look at this picture. You did this.
The picture. Whoa. Body of a girl, about 5'6" at the side of the freeway. Thighs bruised, clothes all torn. A few feet away from her body, her head. She could have been dirty blonde, but you couldn't tell because it was so matted with blood. She didn't have much of a face left. I got the picture from this website that lets you download crime scene photos. Sick shit. Adam ran to the bathroom. He locked the door. I could hear him puking his guts out. I knocked. Go away! Adam, it's me, Nick. Go away! Please, just go away. So I left.
Now when you do it, I need you to promise me that you will tell him you love him.
After I left Adam's house, I stayed out all night. I had reached my own gullibility threshold, and it broke my heart to realize that I was 10. I had believed everything. I wondered what Miss Spiegel, my theater arts teacher, would think of my dark play.
The best theater takes the audience on a journey into the darkest, most dangerous regions of the human soul.
Was my dark play dark enough? Dangerous enough?
And the audience, after having faced that darkness, that danger, can recognize the darkness and danger lurking within their own souls.
I sure as hell recognize the darkness and danger lurking in my own soul.
And actively take steps to change it.
But I couldn't do shit to change it. So there's only one thing left for me to do.
Heinous Buster, SUU, has entered the chat room. Adam Moody.
Who are you?
My name is Olivia Stabler. I work with the New York City Special Victims Unit.
Yeah, right.
In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous.
Whatever.
In New York City, the dedicated detectives who help investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit.
What do you want with me?
Adam, I am part of this elite squad. I've been asked to come here to Southern California to help investigate a string of especially heinous, brutal sex crimes that have taken place in the area, too complex and heinous for local law enforcement. Given our expertise with these cases, I'm here to nail the heinous bastards committing these heinous crimes.
What do you want with me?
Adam, sweetie, I have a favor to ask of you. I don't care how you chat when you chat with people your own age, but when you chat with me, chat like an adult.
What are you talking about?
I detest teen language. U and R are letters. If you want to say you are, spell it out. Y-O-U-A-R-E. Same with two. Two is a number, not a preposition.
Okay.
How old are you, Adam?
16, going on 17,
So you're almost a man.
I guess.
You guess? Adam, you either are a man, or are almost a man, or you aren't. Which is it?
I'm almost a man.
Good. So write like one. You knew Rachel Sutcliffe? Adam, I'm asking you a simple yes or no question. Did you know Rachel Sutcliffe?
No.
How about her brother, Nick? Nick Sutcliffe?
I don't know anyone named Nick.
Okay. I understand your need to deny that you knew her, to deny that you know him, to deny all the things you've done that, well, if I were in your shoes, I would deny too.
Fuck off!
Language, Adam. How do you think that poor, decapitated girl would feel knowing you denied knowing her? How do you live with yourself knowing you did that? So I ask you again, did you know Rachel Sutcliffe?
Yes.
How well did you know Rachel?
I don't want you to think I'm like a freak or anything for saying this, but
Adam, what did I say earlier about teen language?
that you don't like it?
That's right. So what was wrong with that sentence?
Which sentence?
Scroll up. The one where you say, I don't want you to think I'm like a freak or anything. Adam, you can't be like anything. You either are or you aren't a freak.
Right.
So what is it about Rachel that you want to tell me that makes you afraid I will look at you as a freak?
I loved her.
That's what I thought. That's why I sought you out. We need your help.
Now, to explain why she needed Adam's help, Olivia rolled in a Titanic-sized wheelbarrow of caca. Some bullshit about a criminal conspiracy involving our stepfather, surrounding Rachel's murder, involving illegal drug trafficking, coyotes smuggling illegal aliens over the U.S.-Mexico border, child pornography, snuff films, internet identity theft.
Al-Qaeda sleeper
Right,
cells.
Al-Qaeda sleeper cells. The details aren't what's important. What is important is that Olivia tried to convince Adam that if he followed the money, she actually said that,
Follow the money.
that the trail would lead to Nick.
Right now, as we sit here chit-chatting, they are out there perpetrating their rape of Southern California. Adam, the syndicate has used Nick to procure young victims for them on the World Wide Web. Teenagers like you, sometimes even younger. You drink milk, don't you?
Yeah?
So you've seen the faces of those kids staring at you from the cartons. What do you think happened to them? Nick had every intention of turning you from a normal, well-adjusted, middle-class young man into one of those faces staring you down while you eat your Cap'n Crunch.
I don't believe you.
You are one lucky teenager. That could have been your head lying in the ditch on the side of the freeway.
I'm not gullible. I'm not stupid.
That could have been you. Had it not been for Rachel getting in the way.
I am not gullible. I am not stupid.
Of course you aren't, Adam. So it should be clear to you. Nick sold Rachel out. How do you think her stepfather knew she was planning to meet you? Adam, don't get me wrong here. Nick was a victim here too. But he stopped being a victim the moment he had his sister murdered. Depravity begets depravity, and now Nick is beyond depraved. He has become an inhuman monster. He needs to be put down. We need you to eliminate him.
Wait. You want me to kill him?
Kill is such an ugly word, Adam. Criminals kill. Law enforcement solves crimes.
Okay. Hypothetically,
That's a good word, Adam. I'm impressed.
hypothetically, if all this were real, and hypothetically, I went along with what you're asking, what do I do?
Make contact with him. Invite him to a public place. The mall. When he shows, tell him you have to run an errand for your mother. Take him to the Williams-Sonoma on the second level. Buy a knife. Don't worry, we will reimburse you.
What kind of knife?
A big knife.
Like a butcher knife?
Exactly. Take him to where they keep the dumpsters behind the Sears. Get him up against the wall and start stabbing him. Hypothetically, of course.
God.
I know that it is a heavy burden. But think of the burden Nick will be to the rest of us. If he is allowed to live, think of the favor you will be doing for Southern California.
What about me? What do I get out of it?
The rewards for you, Adam, will be great.
What kind of rewards?
Use your imagination.
Use your imagination.
Use your imagination.
Use your imagination.
And Adam, after everything that he has put you through, isn't there a part of you that wants to kill him? Will you do it?
Yes.
Good. Now one more thing. When you do it, I need you to promise me that you will tell him you love him.
What?
You do love him, don't you?
Don't you? When we met at the mall that day, Adam looked different. He looked like a man. It was hard to look him in the eye.
Hey,
Hey,
everything okay?
yeah, you?
Yeah. Listen, I have to run an errand for my mom. I need to find a Williams-Sonoma.
Adam did exactly as he was instructed. With dignity, with calm, with grace.
Let's get out of here. Go someplace more quiet to talk.
As we left the mall, we went out behind the Sears to the area where they keep the dumpsters. I was calm.
I have something for you.
I didn't feel the first thrust.
I love you.
I didn't feel the second or the third.
I love you. I love you.
The fourth felt like a pinprick to a fingertip.
I love you.
5, 6, 7 times.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
I remember lying on the pavement, feeling a smile spread across my face. The silhouette of Adam against the blue, southern California sky, hovering over me for a moment before he ran. That's when I felt it. A wave, a hurricane, an earthquake, Mount St. Helens blowing her top, a cloudburst, a swirl of line, disappearing outlines, the sky splitting open, swallowing me, the earth cracking open, levitating me, a gazillion tiny light bulbs flashing through the pores of my skin, the Virgin Mary and Mary Magdalene caressing, kissing, licking my flesh, a skyscraper collapsing, a mother giving birth. No, me. I love you. No, me. I love you. Fire, water, light, air, white. I love you. If this is what death feels like, then I want to die every day. But I lived.
What are these? Nick, can you hear me? What are these? Nick? Nick? Nick, do you copy? What are these? Nick?
She was about to get out of bed and leave when I finally said, okay, I'll tell you everything. And I told her everything. She didn't say anything for a while. She just smoked a cigarette in silence. It was starting to get light outside. When she finally spoke, she said,
Nick, you're totally full of shit. Why do you always have to make shit up?
Then she finished her cigarette and went to sleep. I'm in college now, working nights at the campus libraries, hoping to save up enough money over this quarter and next summer to afford a place of my own next semester. I guess you could say I have a girlfriend. That's her lying naked in bed. I guess things are back to normal now. I mean, I guess. I still have a lot of things to figure out, but I guess you could say I'm pretty much indistinguishable from any other college kid. I'm still undecided about my major.